All right. Good morning. Good morning. It is 6:31. It is October 28th. We got a big week in front of us, my friends. Hopefully everyone's feeling well. Had a great weekend. It was beautiful in the Northeast. Yeah, really something for everyone. You had football, you had college football, you had baseball, you had you had a big Trump event. Anyway, just a lot going on. Just like this week, we have a lot going on. Lots of earnings this week. I've listed it a bunch of different times, and we'll see how it goes. Lately the market's been a bit choppy up here in this upper range, which makes sense. But when we consolidate as we wait for the biggest companies in the world to report, we got Google, AMD on Tuesday. Wednesday is Meta and Dash and a bunch of others. Thursday, you have Microsoft, you have Amazon, you have Apple. So, a lot going on. Anyway, my name is Scott Redler. I'm the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Let me say hello to some of my dogs around the world. Who do we got coming in? We got EK Santo. Good morning. We got It's Rise and Grind. Little Curbster. What did you just say? Let's go get them. Yeah, let's do it. This is where everybody's talking and hanging out. So if you go to YouTube, I think that's where basically everyone is. Allison, what a rally. Yeah, futures are up a lot this morning, besides if you're talking about Madison Square Garden. What up, Rolando? What up, BUL? What up, guys? All right, so anyway, yeah, it was pretty interesting. So yesterday, just real quick, I did go to the city, and I had a meeting that I had to go to at 5, 6 o'clock, and I went through Madison Square Garden. I took a train in, so I would Uber home, and obviously you had the big Trump event. So you go through the front, and the front was all barricaded, and there were like 10 policemen over there. I just walked right over to them, like, "What's up, guys?" They're like, "How's it going?" Like, everyone was asking for directions. I'm like, "So which way to the press, entrance?" They're like, "It's around 8th Avenue." Like, "Who are you with?" I'm like, "I'm with Fox Business News." And one of them's like, yeah, I see you on the 3 o'clock show. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm on with Liz Clayman." He's like, "Here." And so the head of the police was like, he's like, "What's your name?" I'm like, Red Dog." He's like, "Take Red Dog, to to the press area." So we walk outside. Literally, there's thousands of people, barricades, and it's like me and all the police and the Secret Service. And I was wearing my Meta glasses, which was pretty funny. So I'm like, "Meta, take video." So I'm like taking video as with my glasses, and then takes me to the side of the garden, and he's like, "You see over there?" He's like, "Just you can go there by yourself, and Red Dog, and you know let yourself in." So I literally walk through with all the police, this and that, and I go right to the entrance where all the Republican Club and the VIPs were coming in, and some of the speakers are coming. I'm just standing there with a guy from the Secret Service. He's like, "You ready to go in?" I'm like, "Nah, it's it's 1:45. I'm just want to hang out here. It's gonna be really hot in there. And they're not starting until at least 2:30." And I just sat there like a fly on the wall, watching everybody come in, everyone get their credentials. I'm standing there with the Secret Service. We were talking about how bad the jets are, and it was a pretty cool experience. But anyway, I infiltrated the entire thing. Like, I could have been, who knows? I could have been somebody. Anyway, it was fun. And then I actually wound up going to the Fulton Bath House, and did a little bit hot cold for an hour and a half, and then I had my 6 o'clock meeting. So with that said, here we are. Futures are up 35. Some people are like, "Red Dog, why are we up so much?" Well, you did have Israel hit a few targets in Iran, and was viewed as de-escalation, and it could be over. So that's why oil's down and market's up. Maybe it's because people think Trump's going to win, but I'm not going to start talking politics with that. Bottom line is, I have a lot going on, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. I'm playing a bunch of these earnings. There's a lot of them this week. You could see what's happening there. As far as this overall, channel, we've been in this for a while now, where, Friday was interesting. It was kind of annoying. I was up a lot of money selling a lot of my longs, and all of a sudden we rolled over, and now here we are, just right back. So it's kind of, it is what it is. We're at 582.60, which is below Friday's high and below this, and we've still been kind of holding the 8-21 day. So I'm in a lot of the earnings, and it started with last week with Tesla. We had a really big move in Tesla. Tesla was absolutely fantastic, and now you have, you could have played Tesla so many different ways. Meaning, I took 240 calls into it, which worked out really well, and I sold some straight, and then I created a call spread with 240, 275s. Then I put it on as a power play versus pro earnings gap. And then on Friday, it even took out Thursday's high. And so there's like 4 different ways to make money there. So now I would think it's going to, it needs a little bit of time, but overall, this has been lagging literally since 2021. And now look at the size of this candle. So would I be, adding a ton through 271? It all depends on your time frame. Probably not. But if Trump does win and Elon has been all in and he was unbelievable on Sunday, why can't this be, 299 to 312? And then it's still 100 points off of where it was. So in my humble opinion, don't look for cute shorts in Tesla. Figure out how, you can get long it. So what am I long for this week? People are asking me. Well, I'm in Google calls, which I told you guys about. This pattern looks really, really tight. You have an inverted head and shoulders pattern. I'm on the 170 calls. I bought them last week. So at this point, with Google up a little bit, Google's up this morning already. It's up actually 1.7%. It's up almost $3. What I'll do is, because it's giving a pre-earnings run, either I'm going to make a little bit of a call spread so I can help finance the play, so I'm risking less, or I might just trim some and then let it go. But overall, this Google looks like, it takes out 169. There's a lot of room there. So I like Google. I'm also in AMD already. I'm in AMD calls for Tuesday. Stock has done a whole lot of nothing. We'll see how it goes. It was at 174 on October 9th. So down here, I feel like the risk reward is pretty nice. If they come out solid and their guidance is decent, I don't know why it can't see this 174 area. So I'm in some 162.5 calls. So the first 2 earnings plays that I'm going to do this week are those 2. I'm just letting you know what I'm in, and we'll see how that goes. And then on Wednesday is Meta and Dash. Okay, so Meta, I'm also in. So I'm in a lot of these long. People are like, Redler, why don't you ever take puts into her? I'm like, that's no fun. It it's not about fun. But anyway, I'm just saying. So Meta 603 is the prior high. They brought it in a bunch. I'm not going to play the stock today, but I did buy options into this down move. I have the 620s. So I did trim a little bit into the strength Friday, and I'll probably trim a little bit more, but I'm going to stick with that and then see how it trades after hours. This would be the pivot. It's got to get above and stay above. So this 603 is kind of like what happened here in Netflix. In Netflix, remember, you had to get above 736, which was the prior high, and they took it down, into it, and then got above it, and you could have been long and made some nice money as now it consolidates. So I am in Meta also, and then I'm also in DoorDash. I've been talking about Dash ever since August 5th, and we've been riding that out with power plays, and it's been great. No one's even talking about DoorDash earnings, like as if the stock doesn't even exist. So I'm in the 160s, and we'll see how that goes. I'm picking things that are kind of realistic. I'm not doing lotto calls. I'm not trying to get rich. I'm just in names that I've been trading that I can't hold through earnings, so I take options. So with that being said, if you look at the weekly chart of Dash, by the way, this is one of the few companies that came public during the since the 2021 growth high, and this was as high as 225. So in my opinion, I think Dash can get to between 175 and 188 if they deliver. I think they deliver on earnings. I'm just letting you know what I'm in. I like it. So I'm not going to get into Thursday yet. This is just what I'm talking about for this week. So it's Tuesday. I'm already in AMD and Google calls. We'll see how that goes. I'll also trade it thereafter, like I did with Tesla. I was in Tesla calls, and then I was trading after hours. After hours was awesome. Did anyone notice? No one noticed I was wearing the medical. I was sitting there talking to the Secret Service, videoing him. I actually posted the video. It was pretty funny. And then, I didn't even talk about Bitcoin. There's a lot going on. I'm long a lot of IBIT, which was kind of funky on Friday, but I didn't get stopped out. And now we'll see if there's enough time here. Maybe it gets above 39, and then you have 41, 44, and it goes. If you want to see Bitcoin itself, it's got a perfect channel with the bull flag, like ready to go. Maybe it's worn out enough people, look here. This looks pretty beautiful. Anyway, got a little sloppy in here, but this is a nice bull flag on top of a huge channel that's been going sideways for literally 8 months. Maybe enough people are tired and upset and it's ready to go. All I know is I'm in the IBIT. I'm also in Coors. I'm also in the Wolf. The Wolf didn't even pull in last week. Like Bitcoin pulled in and this thing was hanging out up here. This has been awesome. Awesome. Red Dog and the Wolf. Anyway, look at the weekly chart. That's what I was showing you guys. Look at that beautiful weekly chart. Looks like it's going to 950, $10. Anyway, what's up, Boston? How you doing? Ooh, Monday, you're in Dubai? Dubai's cool. What's Mike saying? I'm loving this Bitcoin breakout and bull flag. I agree. And a triangle. So you got a lot of things going on here. Also, what else in Bitcoin land? I've been in Coors for a while, and Coors looks really good. It's just been slowly, grinding higher, a little choppy. But if you just buy dips, it's been good. Maybe this week it takes out 14. Mister's been great, even though it put a little bit of a doji. But why not? Bitcoin was really like tricky on Friday. Now a little bit of a doji, but still looks good. Remember, we were buying in the red dog reversal into here, into that prior area. I've already rolled up 2 sets of options. Good morning, Cobblestone. Mr. all day. We'll see. What's Mr. doing today? I bet you it's probably up like 12. Let's see. Oh, it's up 7 only. Anyway, here we are, guys. Just want to say one thing. Don't fight the tape. Know what you can handle. I trade options into earnings, and I also traded after hours. You better be prepared. You better know what the market wants and what's a surprise. With Tesla, all you need to know is that everybody was poo-pooing their margins and really talking smack about the just the overall quarter. And when the news came out and the virtual trading floor is like the margins are awesome, you could have been buying 224s. You didn't even have to take it into numbers and buying it because you knew and you were prepared, and that's what you do. Or you could have just bought it the day after, knowing that, hey, this is your pro earnings gap, be long versus sad. And then on Friday, it opened down 5 and then went from red to green. So all different types of plays. A lot of people complaining just about the action, about the way things are unraveling. Look in the mirror and figure out how you're approaching the tape and change your approach, your style, and what you're doing, because there's a lot of money out there and people are doing pretty well. And, there was definitely some traps and some predatory action in the last few months also. And then, you have the election. I'm not even thinking about the election until next week. This week, we have so many earnings and so many things to focus on that I'm not even thinking about the election trade or doing any of that until Friday. We'll do a video on Friday. But anyway, I haven't been playing what's it called, DJT. I just, to me, it's like an emotional trade, and it's had a big move, and I charted it for a lot of individuals. People have been long this thing since 20. It's been above the 8 days since. What's it doing this morning? Let's see. DJT is up another 265. Wow, back to 40. Pretty impressive. I've been trading other things. And the one thing I did wrong is I'm like, let me buy Rumble. What a piece of junk that's been compared to what this has been. But anyway, listen, lots of ways to approach the tape. You don't need to, what I say, kiss all the babies. Just be focused on what you know how to do well, work on the things that you could do better, and continue to take it day by day, week by week. All right, guys, good luck. We'll see if today's early strength holds or fades, and then it'll set up some new points of reference for the week. Bye-bye.